when you're in the process of writing, and an idea takes hold in the mind, and you start experimenting with turning that into music, there's a moment of doubt. That can take minutes, it can take hours, where you're not totally sure. You've taken a part of who you are and you've externalized it into the music, and you're not sure yet how it's going to play. And the moments that I live for are the moments when something happens and I can see that that the part of me has done something really powerful. It reflects almost back to me. Like in that moment, it almost doesn't belong to me anymore. I don't even see myself in it. I see myself blend with the world somehow. It's like when the music transforms itself from an idea that I'm toying around with to something that actually exists and is now working back in my direction. It's now changing my mood. It's now. Yeah, I can't explain it. There's a point where music goes from something out there to the point where it becomes a mirror, and it becomes its own entity somehow. And I live for those moments. I mean, it's like you get goosebumps, you get incredibly excited, you go through moments of pride and accomplishment and hope and exhilaration, and they are the grandest moments, I think, in creation to live for, where you can see maybe a glimmer of hope and that you will not just die without leaving anything behind. It's like for a moment you're so excited that you've created something in the world which now is working emotionally. It's doing things, it's affecting things because it's affecting you. And those moments they are stunning. I mean, they are very powerful. So that's one of the main reasons I write music, is because I want to continuously have moments like that in my life where I feel of worth. There is something that music can do, I suppose that a lot of art can do. It's almost is the language of emotion. It's not that you're taking a medium like music and you're transcribing your emotional content into something else, like when you're talking about it. It's not like you're transcribing emotions into concepts that are intellectual and you're trying to relate them. It's like it's almost they're made out of the same fabric. They're different manifestations of really the same fabric, and it comes very naturally, I think, to art to capture emotions, whereas you have to go enormously out of your way sometimes in language to explain what you're feeling. It can be very, very easy to do that. I could spend ages telling someone how I feel, and sometimes you can sit down at the piano and you can strike 2 or 3 chords, and if you could just say to someone, this is how I feel, this is in these 3 chords, this is how I feel, some people would say, okay, he's crazy, but I think there are a lot of people out there who would understand. They would immediately get it, and they would say, okay, I can hear that, I can relate, I can feel that too. What separates most artists, the successful ones from the not successful ones, is sheer persistence, it's perseverance. You just have to keep at it. You just have to not get discouraged. And you have to believe in the fact that your life is of worth, and that you know enough to somehow make that come alive in music. You have to believe that your ideas count for something and that you can bring them into the music. It's just you have to believe in who you are as a human being. And if you can do that, then you just find ways of carrying on. Yeah. I think the #1 enemy of any artist or anyone who ever creates is that they're afraid that if they give it everything that they have, if they put everything they have in it, and that fails, then they fail as a human being. Then they've completely tried everything they can, and they failed. So what people tend to do is they give 80%, or they give 90%. They hold back just a little bit. And so then if they fail, it's not that hard, because they had all the potential. Potentially they could be anything that they want. They could be a great artist if only they tried hard enough. They have the potential to be a great person. And it's that people hang on to. And because they're so scared of losing that as well, they never fully try. Because if you really tried and you still failed, it would be terrifying. It would be it would be so hard to live with. And I think that was me to a T for a long time. Too scared to really go for it. This is something on this album I'm trying to combat. I'm really trying to give it everything I have, and yeah.
Altı